What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Mock Draft Mania. The last 10 weeks, we've been having matchups on Tuesday, on Friday, and on Sunday night. The Sunday night delight, the Friday night flex, and the Tuesday night, I don't really care because Tuesday night's not prime time. But tonight, this room is full of everybody you've seen on Mock Draft Live over the last month and a half. And night one of the NFL draft is over. And today, before round 2 and round 3 get going, we're going to run through not 1, not 2, but 3 Dynasty rookie mock drafts live in the flesh. Give me a high five. In the flesh, right here. In the flesh, we're going to be doing a 1 QB tight end premium, a 1 QB PPR, and a super flex PPR mock draft over the course of the next hour to hour and a half. Woo, baby, I'm ready. The first matchup of the night is for the tag team championship. And do we have belts? Do we have belts?
You bet we got belts.
Look at these belts here. Sethy D in the flesh, our Kansas City represent.
It's a real shame you guys got those belts just to lose them.
I didn't buy them. You bought them.
This is what
the tag team championship is on the line right now between the New Age Alpha Dogs, Nads, me and Matty Kiwoom, with our good friend Seth Diewold, and Jack and Theo.
I really appreciate you, Cody, for getting those belts. It's a nice toy for me to bring back home for my children in New York. I avoided a nice trip to the gift shop in the Kansas City airport, so I appreciate you, bro.
All right, so is the draft full?
One spot remaining.
We need one spot filled, and as you guys have seen over the last month and a half, Action Jack, he's at the 101. All right, we're going to walk through the picks. I don't know if you can see him on the board or not. It's a little bit of a zoom in there. We can tweet out the board, and we can put the board in the chat on YouTube. But we're going to be drafting right now. Pick 9, pick 10 are open. Jack Cavanagh's at the 1. Theo's at the 2. That's a tag team right there. And then I'm at the 11. Matty Kiwoom's at the 12. So significant advantage for the team at 11 and 12, I would say, in a 1 QB tight end premium. But, hey, what do I know? Let's get this draft kicking. But first, I want to hear a couple words from everybody. Give me a little intro. Tell me about yourself, and tell me why you're going to lose this matchup.
Hello, everyone. I'm Theo Gremminger at the OG Fantasy on Twitter. You can find me in the Sonic Truth Pod. You can find me on First Class Fantasy. And today you can find me in Mock Draft Mania, ready to teach a lesson to Cody and Matty Kiwoom.
And I am the tag team partner of Theo. I have the heavyweight champion behind me, the all-star main event, the high-stakes player, Theo Gremminger. I am so lucky. And thanks to my partner, I'm not worried. I've got Bijan. We've got Jameer Gibbs. We're set. We're great.
It's over.
I'm the dog. Ain't much to say. New Age Alpha Dogs right here in the flesh. Somebody tweet this damn link as we get pick 9 filled in. Shout out to Ed DeLotter, just jumped in the 10 spot right there. Tweet this thing out from the mock draft account. We'll see if we can get somebody popped in here at the 9. Looks like we got Ron Burgundy at the 3, our boy John Adams at the 4, Sethy D at the 5, Aaron Stewart. So we got a little preview, little practice round because we got the Tuesday night championship coming up next. That's going to be a 1 QB PPR matchup, and then we got Babich at the 7. We got Bryson Fantasy Football at the 8, Ed DeLotter at 10, me at 11, and my man Matty Kiwoom. What do you got to say here at the 12?
You know, the theme of our tag team has always been this: the hardest working boys in fantasy football entertainment. And what do? We're in Mock Draft Mania. We could have easily taken the 1 and 2. I set up the whole draft. Nope. 11, 12. Let's get it.
You just know you're not worthy of Bijan.
The draft is full, and I don't know if that's Frank Licatos or if that's Frank's Red Hot Sauce or if that's Frank's Barbecue here in Kansas City. I don't even know if that exists. Seth, does that exist? Frank's does not exist. So whoever is Frank, if there's a Frank in Kansas City, you need to start a barbecue spot because, yeah. So anyway, Mock Draft Mania Tag Team Championship starts 3 rounds now. 1 QB, tight end premium, action Jack Cavanagh, surprise, surprise, 101.
And surprise, surprise, the pick is Bijan Robinson. No matter where he went, he was going to be the 101. It didn't matter. And the fact he goes to Atlanta, the fact he's going to be an absolute bell cow, the fact he's going to be the new Derrick Henry for Arthur Smith, except he actually is going to catch passes. He is going to be an absolute fantasy star. Bijan Robinson, 101.
Very mid. Very good pick. Theo on the clock, 102.
The 102 is a very easy selection right now. Since 2015, the running backs who've been drafted inside the top 15 are Bijan Robinson, Jahmyr Gibbs, Saquon Barkley, Leonard Fournette, Christian McCaffrey, Zeke Elliott, Todd Gurley, and Melvin Gordon. This is a tremendous landing spot for Jahmyr Gibbs. Don't worry about the crowded backfield. That finds a way of sorting itself out. Let me get the pick in, and then we'll move on to number 3. Jahmyr Gibbs at the 102.
Woo!
Easy start. Easy game.
Fantastic start. I mean, I am your adversary, but there's nothing I could do other than say, great start. Let me guys ask you this question, though. This is a rookie mock. Where do you see these guys going in a redraft in next year for 2023?
Bijan Robinson is a top 10 pick in redraft.
He's
Any
gonna
way you cut it.
He's going to end up first round for sure.
So he was already 1-2 turn in FFPC, sometimes as high as 110. I think his upside is like the 106, and the downside is going to be like the 110.
Mm-hmm.
High volume situation. He's the focal point on a run first offense. Jahmyr Gibbs is the interesting one. I think that he's going to be more valued in higher stakes leagues than he is in home leagues, because I think that the upside is absolutely there. Never forget Matty Kiwoom, Alvin Kamara, his rookie year was the perceived number 3 behind Adrian Peterson and Mark Ingram. Jahmyr Gibbs has the potential to catch a ton of passes. You also have the factor that Jameson Williams is suspended. Jahmyr Gibbs could get to a red-hot start to the year, which absolutely matters. You're not using your waiver wire money to pick up running back galore. You're set with a high-floor guy who's going to catch a ton of passes. So I think Jahmyr Gibbs, if there is a running back shakeup in Detroit, he's going to move to like the 2-3 turn. And I think right now he's an attractive pick somewhere in rounds like 4 or 5 based on his potential. Obviously, there's some downside, but you have to swing for upside in those rounds with pass catching running backs.
Certainly. And I mean, there's one either injury to D-Mont away or trade DeAndre Swift away from him being absolutely unleashed right away. And we are a little nervous about the weight. I will say, Bijan 101, okay, then 199-pound back at the 102. You're setting up the new age alpha dogs quite nice here. We've had 3 picks off the board since. Anthony Richardson, a tad high in 1 QB, but perfect landing spot. Absolute tremendous upside. Most athletic quarterback in our athleticism score database. Okay, no, I can't hate it.
Who is it? I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
If you're in the chat, Ron Burgundy, show your face.
Yeah, because this is not super flex. You should not be taking Anthony Richardson at the 103.
But also, you have to take into account, if there's one format you're going to take Anthony Richardson in, right, and expect him, we expected that Indianapolis would take somebody that they need to play now, right? They're not going to go Gardner for the whole season, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get Anthony. So in 1 QB, here's the question, Theo. We're projecting him for 300 rushing yards because our projection team is kind of sandbagging on their expectations.
Which is extremely low.
Which is extremely low. I would say, so if I put the number at this, right? Tell me if Anthony Richardson's going to play 13 games, all right? I'm going to give you a number here. You're going to be over under 1,000 yards.
If he plays 13 games, I think you hit it.
Okay, so is he worth the 3 spot in 1 QB? That's the question, because I think he is in 1 QB.
In a 1 QB format, no. I still would not take a QB as high as
I wouldn't take him there, but I think when you're looking at the end of the day, I think it's worth it.
I think that he's the only quarterback you would consider in the top, 16 picks of a single QB format.
Mm-hmm. But going ahead of Jackson Smith and Jigba, I can't co-sign that. I absolutely can't. Quentin Johnston ahead of Jordan Addison, too. That is interesting. If you like
Yeah.
Mike Williams 2.0. Seth.
Jordan Addison is the best value on the board I see in this draft. I think Addison at the 107 is a little low. I think we're going to see him somewhere around like the 104-ish. He landed quite well. He's a significant upgrade to Adam Thielen. And, he's also always been the number one focal point of the defense. And now he's going to slide in as potentially, the number 3 target. I mean, he's going to eat in matchups this year.
So when I think these wide receivers are in not the best spots. We talk about Quentin. You like the Quentin Land spot, but again, like there's dudes there, right? And they're gonna probably bring in a running back if they don't keep Eckler. If they keep Eckler, he's there. Smith and Jigba, of course, has Geno there, but he also has DK and Lockett. I think Jigba's got a great land spot, but again, we're looking at a quarterback that's showed spurts, but is kind of inept. And then you look at Zay Flowers, nuked. Addison going 4th on the board here kind of shocked me because I did a show with Alex Dunlap last week on the Futurecast, and we were just talking about you're sitting there on the clock and it's Flowers versus Addison as QB or as a wide receiver 2 before the draft, and it's like you can't click the Flowers button. It's just like it's automatic. It's Addison, and now it's definitely Addison.
It's definitely Addison. I think you nailed that one. I will say I don't think Flowers is dust because you have the factor of
because he's a dog.
The dog factor, the explosiveness, the new offensive coordinator, and I think the fact that Rashad Bateman can't stay on the field, Odell Beckham has had injury concerns. So Zay Flowers is a few things away from being a very dynamic player who can actually do a lot on limited touches, I think, Cody. So that's like the saving grace for Flowers.
I don't think he's a glorified Devin Duvernay like our friend Alex Dunlap said.
No, that's ice cold from Alex Dunlap. That's Devin Duvernay. Devin Duvernay is not Zay Flowers.
Devin Duvernay wishes he had that skill set.
Ed DeWater just took Dalton Kincaid at the 10.
Tight end premium.
So he does not make it back to the OG at the 202. Are you surprised by that?
No, not at all. I think that's appropriate place to take him. I'm arguing with Dario and Billy Muzio about this. I think that our projections are way too low for Dalton Kincaid. We want tight ends that have an opportunity to be the number 2 target in their passing game, and I think he has an opportunity from year 1. I mean, Cody, I know you like him as a receiver. You have questions about him as a tweener, but I think the fact that Buffalo valued him this much to move up to get him kind of speaks volumes, and they've tried to add this kind of a move tight end for years. I think that this is the kind of player that can absolutely help Josh Allen right away. I love the landing spot. I think he'll be aggressively drafted in like FFPC or tight end premium formats. I think that.
So this is aggressive.
110 is like right about even. I think you'll see in certain leagues he might go like the 107, the 108. I think he's going to go somewhere between then because he landed perfectly. And we don't have to worry about him as a blocker. I think that he's like we talk about these rookies not being able to get on the field because they can't, excel as blockers or, they're not the kind of guys that can be used on every single down. But I think with Kincaid, there's an opportunity for him to also be the number 3 wideout and also be the move tight end. So I think he's got, he's going to see an outsized number of targets.
Solid. Well, I got the better pick here. I got Michael Mayer at the 111 because Michael Mayer is going to go to Detroit, wherever you want him to go. Green Bay. He's going to get the better landing spot here. We look at Buffalo. We got a resident Bills fan in the house, Nick Coder. He'll be back here later. And it's just looking at the landing spot for Dalton Kincaid. Hey, the mics are right there. They're going to hear you. It's interesting. I think it's good because they look at him as a glorified Cole Beasley, a bigger Cole Beasley. He's going to be the big slot guy there. It's okay, but again, you got Knox. You just gave him $52 million. I don't think Dalton Kincaid is up to par for what all these expectations are of being the best receiver in this class, which I think is complete fugazi nuggets. But I got Michael Mayer going here at the 111. That's called value. And then my boy just took Kendre.
So this is a big, big day for Mr. Kendre Miller. 2 rounds, the 2nd and 3rd round will commence here tonight. Kendre Miller, man, I am going to be waiting with bated breath. Hopefully he is a running back whose name hears it called out loud by one NFL team here. But super producer at TCU, Chase Zach Evans out of town. Questionable about his health. He hasn't practiced, the knee, but his quote, I'll be fine by OTAs. I'm going to trust him.
Never heard that before.
Some of our boots on the ground, they believe he'll be ready. So I'm going to take the guy who's 5'11", 215 pounds. Best comparable to Khalil Herbert on player profile. We love Khalil Herbert. Oh, player profile. Jack, you're on trade gods. Loving Khalil Herbert. So in your face, you love my pick. Kendra Miller. Big day for him, though.
I'll
All
take
right,
the
so we got a round one recap here. First overall, Bijan Robinson goes off the board to Jack. Number 2, Jahmyr Gibbs goes here. Anthony Richardson goes 103. Jackson Smith and Jigba goes 104. Quentin Johnston 105. Zay Flowers 106. Jordan Addison 107. Zach Charbonnet 108. Roshan Johnson, you heard that, 109. Dalton Kincaid 10. Michael Mayer 11. And Kendra Miller 12. 1 QB tight end premium. We're entering round 2 right now. Be sure on YouTube right now, click the like button, click the subscribe button. We got 3 drafts coming. We're just in round 2 of the 1 QB tight end premium, the tag team championship. And you can vote right now in the YouTube comments who you think's going to win. And you know what? Even if you think that these dudes at the 101 and the 102 are winning because they got the free picks, you can change up. You can change it. You can change your choice later when you realize that the value falls and the Kings rise. The cream always rises to the top, and the Kings win. Round 2 starts right now. Action Jack at the 1 pick. Shocker. What do you got?
Israel Abanikanda. So basically everything that Matty Kiwoom said about Kendra Miller, you can say the same about Abanikanda, except we actually know that he's athletic. There's no proof Kendra Miller's athletic. We assume, but we don't know. We know who Israel Abanikanda is. We know he will be ready for week 1. And because of that, I won't be surprised when Kendra falls today.
Who's Israel Abanikanda?
RB4, RB5.
You said you know who he is. You said we know what Abanikanda is. What is he?
He is a side speed specimen. He is everything that Kendra Miller is hyped up to be, except we've actually seen it.
Did he run a 4.28? Because that's what I saw on Twitter.
4.28. No, he did not run a 4.28.
What did he run a 4.38?
I think. Twitter said 4.38. We ended up with a 4.45.
I think it's 4. Damn. That's and then you extrapolate that. That's what after extrapolation.
That's a 4.50. What's Kendra Miller's 40?
You don't want to know what Kendra Miller's 40 is going to be.
You don't. We're never going to know.
We're never going to know. We're never going to know. But we are going to know when Roshan and Kendra both get drafted ahead of Abanikanda. So we do know that the OG is on the clock.
So it just autoed me. Okay, cool. I'm feeling a little.
OG took quarterback.
No, I did not.
He took quarterback in round 2.
No. For the record, I did not.
He took Bryce Young over all tight ends.
I autoed out. I was listening to Jack argue about Israel Abanikanda. Now I'm going to see here. This is a. Sorry, guys.
Malfunctions.
I'm not used to the sleeper setting. This is kind of a little bit of a flat tier here for me because there's a few guys I like. I think you could easily justify one of these other tight ends. But I'm going to go with a running back. I've already gone with a 199-pound running back, so I want Jahmyr Gibbs to feel good about himself in terms of his body weight. So I'm going to go with my man Devon Achane, just so I can argue with Cody. We talk about draft capital. I'm going to take a flyer that Devon Achane lands very, very well today. I think he's going to go potentially in the second round. Roshan Johnson's going to go. Zach Charbonnet is going to go, and I think the third one off the board is going to be Devon Achane, who can absolutely fly.
Look at these assholes. These assholes just took a Abanikanda and Achane.
Hey, listen, Cody, the amount of speed. The amount of speed that we just took at the beginning of the second round. If these guys land well,
where are my
these
belts
are rookie
at?
risers.
Where are my championship belts at? Where's these tag team championship belts at? Abanikanda and Achane, bro.
Abanikanda, A-Chain, some speed, yeah, sure. But when we see them sink in the NFL draft, and Kendra Miller rises to the top, Michael Mayer's taken in the second round, boys, we're killing it. But hey, Devon Achane is 151 selection away from us going, Dolphins at 51. Ooh, that would look quite nice. I won't lie.
Devon Achane.
That 27% rush share is going to do him very well. You know,
I'll take the
27%.
One third.
27%. Mostert, 27%. Jeff Wilson.
Listen, you
But to see what the projections say, can't wait to see.
Devon Achane is potentially a manufactured touch guy, but he's also a better inside runner than people give him credit for. He was a highly successful player in the SEC. And he's going to have draft capital. I really like the pick, actually. That's a better pick by Ron Burgundy to take Downs right there. Considered him as well. But, Cody, at the end of the day, in the age of running back by committee, give me the guy with this much juice, this much speed, and this sort of draft capital, and also SEC pedigree. Devon A-Chain is a guy I'm willing to take shots on, especially at this point in the second round.
Devon A-Chain has the tightest lateral ability, tightest knees since Tom Brady coming out of the draft.
All right. We'll see.
Put that on a quote. Devon A-Chain has the tightest knees and tightest lateral ability since Tom Brady coming out of the NFL draft.
Okay. All right. Well, we can put that one. We'll this will be one we have to follow up on, in 6 months or so, Cody.
All right.
I feel like
You guys got all the speed. You got a good job on the speed. Good job on the speed there.
Damn, Cody. I'm a speed guy.
Speed kills.
Cody and Matty can take the speed unknown guys at the end of the round. And Kendra Miller. What's Kendra Miller's 40 right now, Cody?
I mean, you 444, 447.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
All right.
I'm a 4.5 flat.
He hit it
4.5
with an
flat.
accurate but fair and conservative.
4.5 flat.
Fair.
I think it's a 4.5
All right.
flat.
So
4.5 flat.
Josh Downs goes up the board at 203. All right, we got a Banna candidate and we got A-Chain going off here 1-2 in the round 2, and then we got Josh Downs to Burgundy at 3. Tyja Spears goes to John Adams at the 204. Big Tank or Big Tank Bigsby goes here at the 205 to Sethy D. Aaron Stewart has been on the clock for about 3.5 minutes. He's bagging sand over here, polishing my belts. He takes Cedric Tillman at the 206. I don't mind that pick, but he's got Zay Flowers and Tilly here. Babbage, 207. Marvin Mims. This was a conversation around the house last night and this morning. Should the Bills have taken Dalton Kincaid, or should they have just taken the guy that they actually had their eye on, which was Marvin Mims? Because last year we saw the 41st overall pick. I think it was 41. Tyquan Thornton goes to the New England Patriots. And you're like, okay, well, you think about 41, Tyquan, where he was valued. Okay, well, the Bills needed a wide receiver. They were looking at Downs. They were looking at Mims. They were looking at Tank Dell. 27, you take Mims. Would have that been a reach?
Cody, let me ask you, when do the Bills pick next? When's their pick?
Let me pull up. I think it's like at 50, 57 or 59.
I will say that Marvin Mims has a decent shot at being there. At 50.
They're not going to take fifth. They're at 60. They're not going to take a receiver at 60. They took Kincaid.
Yeah,
though.
I don't think they're going to take a
They
receiver.
need edge. They need D tackle. They need the offensive line.
I do
tackle.
think Mims. Is a guy that fantasy analysts might like more than NFL teams. We need to see Mims go in the second round. I mean, how confident are you that he's going to get selected in the second round?
110%.
110%. So if he's going to go in the second round,
Oh shit.
then he became a very, very good value.
Okay. Nobody touched that light. Don't touch that light.
Yeah.
Don't touch that light. All right. So Luke Musgrave goes 208. We have a basement that maybe it's flooding right now. Luke Musgrave goes 208. Bryce Young goes 209 to Franks. Zach Evans goes to Ed DeLauder at 210. Your boy is now on the clock right now at the 211, and I don't know if my decision is going to be made yet or not. We'll see here. I'm going to give the mic to Matty, and I got to dig through this ADP.
Once Cody makes his pick, I already know exactly who I'm taking, as long as he doesn't take him. And then we're just going to keep shoring up these rosters here. We are going to get ready to dominate for the tag team championships. But so far, we have seen a great run. And also, one thing that I noticed that caught my eye, I don't know if you guys noticed this at first, the first set of skill players, the first 6 of 7 picks went exactly how the NFL draft went. Bijan, 8, Gibbs, 12, Jackson, 20, Johnson, 21, Flowers, 22, Addison, 23. And that's how it went out here. So it does make sense that once you see those landing spots, those players get, the picture gets a little bit clearer. So we saw them all off the board before the 108. And now, since then, it is all, the big dog made his pick. He gets the boys. Did you put some mayo in your coffee today, son?
No, but I had 3 bananas before I ran a 5K. We're looking at Will Levis going off the board here, and I'm staring at the Rams at 37. I'm staring at the Sea Chickens at 38. I'm looking at the Raiders at 39. I'm looking at the Saints at 41. All teams that have receiving options on their offenses with good offensive coordinators. Tennessee's also there at 42. I don't think this is a Malik Willis level fall. Everyone's asking me questions. Hey, Cody, what do you think about Will Levis? Hey, how about this? How about you jump in the chat? You tell me where you had Will Levis going in your mock draft. Yes, Aaron, I just saved monetization. You're welcome. Will Levis goes in round 2, and you're going to be mad. And I just took him at 211 in a 1 QB because he also has rushing ability. 212.
212 was easy. He fell all the way here to Sam Laporta, the big tight end, the yak monster from the the Hawkeyes. My boy Seth's in the house. Shout out to all the Iowas out there. So that completes round 2, and I am very excited to get Sam Laporta in tight end premium. So now I got Kendre, who I have to sit back, wait. Going to have an exciting day 2, anticipating where he goes. Sam Laporta, same way. A lot of landing spots he could go. Only one tight end off the board in the NFL draft. Michael Mayer, Luke Musgrave, Sam Laporta, all projected to hear their names called today in day 2. So to recap the entirety of round 2, we saw Izzy Abanikanda, Devon Achane, Josh Downs, Tajay Spears, Tank Bigsby, Cedric Tillman, over to our boy Aaron Stew. Matt Babbage took Marvin Mims, Addison and Mims. That's a pretty good start. Luke Musgrave, Bryce Young, Zach Evans, Will Levis, and Sam Laporta. Let me kick it over to the couch. Are you guys surprised that we have 3 quarterbacks off the board in the first 2 rounds in one QB?
Yeah, I'm very surprised,
Yes, absolutely.
especially with Will Levis not getting first round capital.
I think you wait to the 3rd round for these guys. I think that Richardson's the one you want to push, but I think that 3rd round is appropriate. Certainly guys like Young and like the guy I'm about to take right now, CJ Stroud. I'm going to take CJ Stroud here at the 302. I like Stroud value here. I think that he's got to be Young or Will Levis at this point because we don't know the landing spot for Will Levis. Questions with the toe. Push Richardson up, but wait for these other guys because I don't think the fantasy outcomes is going to be extremely high.
And last night in the stream, make sure you're checking out the draft extravaganza. Last night, the stream went 4.5 hours. Absolute content gold. The best night of my life. So much fun. And we're bringing day 2 coverage again today. So make sure you're checking in on that again. But last night, Matt Kelly was very adamant about saying CJ Stroud deserves a little bit more rushing projection. Theo, do you think that CJ Stroud has a higher ceiling or in terms of rushing than he's been given credit for in the community and by most projection systems?
Well, no. we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it, so I don't think that's his game. But I do think he has some mobility, and I think that do I like his rushing potential more than Bryce Young? I certainly do. And I think that Stroud is faster, and I think he's got a better frame to hold up with it. So, to me, Stroud is the kind of guy that could end up like a low-end QB1. Yeah. But more likely a high-end QB2. Mm-hmm. But I think that's perfectly fine for our dynasty teams here in like the 3rd round. When you're in the 2nd round, you want to take those shots on these tight ends. Mm-hmm. You want to take these shots on these running backs. But 3rd round, I think, is perfectly fine for Stroud. In one QB, you could put him on your bench, stash him a little bit. And at the end of the day, by the time you might need him, let's say it's 2024, the weaponry in Houston could look a whole lot better. So I do like the approach of maybe going CJ Stroud in the 3rd over Anthony Richardson in the 1st. I know the upside's there, but I also have been.
What's the better pick, though? Tell him right now.
In terms of fantasy production,
as far as
it's Richardson.
As far as the quarterback, no. Between Stroud and this quarterback that hasn't gone off the board yet.
Well, let me get my esteemed colleague here, my tag team partner, just gave me a bit of news. I'm going to read it to each one you guys say. Rumors, the Titans, the Raiders, and the Falcons were, this is a big word here, desperately attempting to trade back into the bottom of round 1 last night per Pro Football Talk.
Yeah, there's
was there an attempt to move up for Levis? 100%, baby. Okay. And the players were just too good. The Eagles, they got a phone call and they were like, Nolan Smith. Yeah, exactly. Howie Roseman picked up his phone and he was like, "Oh, Atlanta? Oh, Vegas, you want my 30th pick?" Nolan Smith is there. I can't give you my pick. But the fact that they were desperately trying to get into round 1 means they are desperately trying to get that Steelers 2nd round pick, the first pick in the 2nd round, to get Will Levis. Like Cody read off, there are some offenses that could get Will Levis, that high upside, that high octane arm, put him in that offense, get some weapons around him. Boom. That's why the tag team champions are going to be
tag team champions.
The new age alpha dog.
Yeah, if you trust that DeAndre Hopkins trade to the Titans, that was pretty cool yesterday.
That's coming through today. Okay, so recapping, we're in round 3 now. Laporta went 212. We got Trey Palmer going to Action Jack at 3-1. CJ Stroud 3-2 to Theo G. Jalen Hyatt 3-3 to I Am Wrong Burgundy. Jaden Reed at 3-4. Rashi Rice at the 3-0-5. Dwayne McBride goes up the board as running back 8. Darnell Washington, 307. Hendon Hooker, who did not get picked on day 1 either, goes off the board at 308. Very interesting to see Hooker get gassed up so much into round 1. He did not go off the board either. We are 4 picks away from the end of mock number 1, and that is 1 QB tight end premium, the tag team championships. If you have not voted, voting will close 2 minutes. Count it. 2 minutes after this draft. So as soon as Matty Kiwoom makes his pick in the next 30 seconds, 2 minutes after that, the voting will close for the tag team championships, and there will be a champion crowned. That's a guarantee. You can take that one to the bank. Sean Tucker, I don't know who the hell Frank is, but he messed that one up. Took Sean Tucker at the 3.9. K-Sean, Big Booty, goes at the board at 3.10. And your boys on the clock here at the 3.11. Theo, how do you recap? I'll give you guys 2 minutes to defend your team while we make our selections. Tell the chat why you guys lost this draft.
Well, I think we absolutely won this draft. I mean, at the end of the day, Michael Mayer, I like that pick. I like Kendre. I like Laporta. But the quality of the player that we added at the 1-2, in terms of Dynasty, is just, it's not even close. And then we took swings. Since we had, surefire Dynasty assets at the 1-2, we took big swings with athleticism profiles with Israel Abanikanda and Devon A-Chain, 2 track guys that have a chance to land quite well. Abanikanda and Kendre are both guys that I'm looking for Cody to see get drafted today. I'd be really excited about that. Also excited to see where Tyjae Spears lands today. And then at the 3rd round, I was very happy to get CJ Stroud as the QB4 in this draft. I think I would consider him at the QB2. And now we're seeing and Jack with the Trey Palmer pick. That's an interesting one, Jack. Maybe talk about that.
Speed kills. Speed absolutely kills. The fastest player on offense in this draft. We know he is a mega producer at Nebraska. And I know he did not produce early in his career, but he was at LSU. We can accept that when he goes and dominates in the Big Ten, goes and dominates at Nebraska. Fastest player in the draft, all about that upside. And when he goes in round 2 today, when he gets a beautiful landing spot like the Kansas City Chiefs, whoo, look out.
All right, well, I just made the pick. And like this happens every mock, and I think you guys can all attest this, maybe not Theo because he hasn't been on as many of these sick things. I've never lost a mock draft, and I just want you guys to know that the reason I never lose these mock drafts is because value always finds daddy. And daddy's the dog, and Jonathan Mingo just fell to me at 3.11.
It's good value. I mean, to be honest, like
Value.com?
Mingo would have made a little more sense earlier in this round. So that is absolutely good value.
After Hyatt, after Reed, after Rice, after Booty, after Palmer. Come on.
That's nice.
That's the winner right there. That's the winner right there. And then my boy at the 3.12 closes it out. Remember, before I give this mic to Matty, in the chat right now, just click the button. The New Age Alpha Dogs are the tag team championships. You know this. You've been known this. Matty, what's the pick at 3.12 to finish this bad boy out?
I just want to say before Matty starts, great job picking Dante Moncrief, Cody.
Oh! That's the guy that took my boy Trey Palmer at 3.1, who should take a 4.1, and Abanikanda, who he took also a round early, and he's not going to do anything besides
Early. We got him ranked ahead of Kendra Miller.
Tevin Coleman's step-nephew.
We've got Abanikanda ranked ahead of Kendra Miller. Now you're just lying.
Tevin Coleman is not the worst possible outcome.
Step-nephew.
Step-nephew, I mean,
Step-nephew.
but, okay.
That means he has no genes from Tevin Coleman. He just looks like him.
If he's the step-nephew, does he look like him?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Stylistically,
Yeah.
but I gotta say, guys, Dante Moncrief, that's a low blow. That should be disqualification if you ask me. It's a low blow. But at the end of the draft, 3.12, Tucker Kraft, beast, athlete, tight end premium, sign me up. I think I can slam it home, dotted the I's, crossed the T's, and brought the championship home. But great draft, guys. Great draft. Also, side note, I think, is it illegal to have this much fun in a few days span?
I don't think so.
No, this is a lot of fun.
This has been literally one of the most fun weekends I have ever been a part of.
Okay, so it's now been a minute and a half. We'll start the counter. You got exactly 30 seconds. It's going down 29-28 to make your vote in the chat right now on YouTube. Again, I'll recap the last round. Palmer goes 301. CJ Stroud 302. Jalen Hyatt goes 303. Jaden Reed 304. Rashi Rice 305. Dwayne McBride 306. Darnell Washington 307. Hendon Hooker 308. Sean Tucker goes 309. Keishawn Booty 310. Jonathan Mingo, the value of the draft, goes at 311. And Tucker Kraft at 312. That is the 3-round tag team championship. I'm going to pass the mic over to Sethy D, and I want him to announce who the tag team championships will be.
The winner of the tag team championship belt. I mean, was it ever a doubt? I mean, come on. It's the New Age Alpha Dogs, baby. Tag team championship
rigged.
of the world.
What's the percentage?
55 to 45. 55 to 45.
Recount,
Good
hanging
game.
chads.
Good game, Cody. Good game,
I
Cody.
blame
We'll
the-
check in on this.
blame the
on this
hanging
one.
chads.
We'll check this one.
Here we go.
Tag team champions in the house. 1 QB tight end premium. We had Seth. We had Seth on the mic. We had the OG and Jack as our competition, and we took down the OG in his own game, tight end premium. We appreciate you, brother.
Listen, I appreciate you guys having me on. This was awesome watching you guys do these mock drafts throughout the course of the year. And I'm excited to sit down and watch day 2 with you guys.
All right, that was the tight end premium 1 QB. We're about to run an ad from the Podfather, and then we're going to get going with the Tuesday night showdown between the Tuesday wannabe display. We'll see if he turns it on and wins the championship today, and the mistake fixer, Sethy D. That is coming up right now after we run an ad from the Podfather. 1 minute break. We'll be back with another 1 QB rookie mock. This one will just be PPR, no tight end premium. Come right back.
Hey, I want to take a moment to thank you for tuning in. It's important to me that all of our media be free, and one of our key missions is to make as much statistics and information and deep analysis available on PlayerProfiler.com for free. This is only possible because of you allowing a true independent sports media enterprise to thrive unlike any other in the business. So please subscribe to the All In package to continue to make all this possible. If you can't do All In, that's okay. We have a draft kit. Or you can just subscribe to the player rankings. Those now include tight end premium FFPC ranks, our brand new data analysis package will blow your hair back. And of course, there's our Dynasty Deluxe and our DFS Dominator. Take a moment, check out our premium services to ensure that all of our stats, information, data, content is available to you, especially you.
All right, boys, we got to take a little bit of a break here. We got a little situation going on at the house, but we're going to come right back. I'm going to run this starting stream soon. We just have a little situation with the house going on right now. We're going to come right back to you guys. We're going to keep on doing a mock draft here in about 5 minutes. So go take a shit, take a piss, and get some food, and we'll be right back with you in 5 minutes. All right, guys, the stream's over. We got a bad situation at the house right now, and we got to deal with it. So we'll be back later tonight doing the NFL Draft Extravaganza. So stay tapped in, stay tuned in here at Player Profile. Click like, click subscribe. We'll be back with you guys for some mock draft live action later in the following weeks, but we appreciate you guys for staying tapped in. Have a good weekend.
Who's on?